All right, folks, we are here, Game 2, North Regions. We are playing against North Shore. We haven't played them yet all this year. They came in and they beat Hermantown. No, not Hermantown. They beat Red Lake
Falls.
So
in an overtime thriller.
Down 3-0. So we are in the beautiful blue as the away team today. We are hoping that this is their only game we play today. Winner of this game will take on East Grand Forks or Grand Rapids tomorrow. That's our hope, is a 3-game tournament for us to qualify for state, but winner of the day gets that opportunity to get the 1 seed out of the North Region. The boys are going to have to bring their A game just like they did last night. Come out buzzing, send a message right away. As always, thank you to our sponsors. Our diamond sponsor, Northern Amusement. We also have Dale Schmidt Agency. Yeah, I always like to let Randy know when we mention diamond level, we mean it with purpose here on Brojack. We got Dale Schmidt Agency. KLS Construction, Ryerson Construction, Stitchworth Meats. I think that's all 6. That sounds
we got
about
them
right.
all.
What's that?
We got them all.
Yep. And a shout out to Erickson Farms up in Roseau. I am again honored to be in the presence of Gavin the Great, letting us know when we got 1 minute left and when people are full strength, and always the voice of the North, who's got a face for radio just like I do. We're ready to rock, and we're happy to call this game for you, so thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, this North Shore team is going to be interesting to see. We'll have to feel them out as they play. They got a large roster. They've got almost, that whole bench is pretty much full of players, and I think by the roster that I found, they have more players on a team that we've faced all season. So looks like Liam Christensen's going to be in goal for them today, wearing the white jersey to our right. And as always, we've got Colton White wearing the dark blues for Bemidji on our left.
I don't think anybody would be opposed if he wanted to play a game like he did last night.
Boy,
he stood on his head just like he has all season. But
he really has. I got a couple soft ones when we played Rock Ridge at home about a month or so ago. But ever since then, boy, he has been solid as they come. And we've had some really good play from all of our team, really. And there's the talent is starting to show that they're gelling better, and so I'm looking forward to it. They got 20 minutes on the clock here. I don't think that's right. They're working on it, because I don't think we're going to do 20-minute periods.
We're not quite to that level yet.
There we go, 15 on the board now. And so teams are looking to get ready to go here. We're only 6 minutes behind. And we got Baird coming in on the face-off here to start this one out. Off the face-off, it comes right to Lapeer. He sends it up ahead, goes down to Moran. He gets a shot in, goes right in on goal. And the goaltender leaves it there behind the net. They pick it up from there, come up to the near side. Ryerson gives them some trouble along with Baird. Looks like Bemidji wins that battle. And it's lost again. Now they do a clearing pass to get out to center. And Westover's right there ready for it, and he sent it back in there, but somebody must not have been tagged up yet. So out of the gate here, we've got a stop and play with an offsides at 14:35 left in the period. Still scoreless. All right, out the face-off. North Shore Storm controls in their own zone. Forechecking Moran keeps it in there. And they chip it back out, and it comes just outside the line. I think Lapeer thought he could keep it in, and he carried it in offside just as it popped out and back in. A little bit of a herky-jerky start here on this one. So looks like Tyken comes in for this face-off. North Shore controls in their own zone. They head man out to center. Cross his own on the far side, chopping onions, shot on goal. And Colton White sucks that one into the body and hangs on. 4:14 now remaining in the first period. Game hasn't really established any flow here yet. But Tyken will take the faceoff just to Colton's left here now. And off the faceoff goes down in the corner. And it's gathered up by Roscoe around the boards. Gets ahead of Stitzworth, comes out to the point, they take a shot, goes all the way around to the other side. Adams now sweeps it out to center, up for Tyken. Knocked off of his stick just inside the line. And North Shore sends it into their own bench. And that'll bring a stop and play.
Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop.
I think it'd be good for Bemidji to keep the flow going. I think if we can keep it rolling, we can run them. Faceoff comes back to Roscoe again. He turns up ice. Cross ice, tries to feed Adams. Can't quite do it though. Comes in on North Shore Storm. They bring it out to the near side. Tyken gets a hold of it. And they're going to wave off the high stick there as the puck comes out to center, and Jacobson right there waiting for it. He dumps it back in. Storm now send it right up on Stitzworth in the slot. Shot tip. Another shot from right at point blank range, and Tyken can't get it past Christensen. And he'll cover it up and hang on. Wholesale change here for everybody. And so it looks like Baird will come back out again to take this face out. We got our two centers now that we're shifting all the lines around with the injured reserve. Evan Angus either being on injured reserve. Puck is down, and it's controlled by the Storm. Out to center they come. Get across the line, take a shot, goes wide of the cage. Goes over to the far corner, comes up on Meyer. Meyer now across ice, tries to get it for Yerbich, can't do it. Poked out of the zone there by Westover, and Yerbich picks it up, goes far left. Takes a shot from there, high off the glass, and Lapeer picks it up at the point. He steps down, dumps it in behind for Baird. Baird walks it back over to the far side for Yerbich, one-timer, goes wide, a little bit of a weak one. Could maybe went off the heel of his stick. Comes up to the point again, Yerbich saves the line, sends it back down in deep. Down to the far corner now. Baird goes in, puts a body on his man. And Meyer comes in, takes a sweep at it, but can't quite control it. Now the Storm control, get it ahead a little bit. And it comes right onto Yerbich's stick. Shot from there that goes wide. It was a hard one. Goes off the back wall. And it comes to Yerbich again. Takes another shot. Stick saved right in the slot. And the Storm have it, and they clear it out behind their own net. And it comes up to the hash marks on the near side. Comes up to Lapeer at the point. Can't quite hang on to it at the line. And it's going to go over to Westover. Over for Yerbich now. Pretty hard pass for Yerbich. He couldn't quite hang on to it, but he chases it down into the zone. And he's going to battle down in the corner. Ryerson helps out Roscoe as well. He takes a shot, and that one's deflected over to the far wall and comes out of the zone. Ryerson now at center ice. Tips it in. He goes to the bench on a change, and the Storm ringing around the boards on the near side. Roscoe pinches down. He sees it coming. And he gets down in deep with it and puts some pressure on him along with Ryerson now. Storm try to clear it out the other side. And it comes past Jacobson, but Moran is there to cover. Cross ice for Roscoe. He'll get across the red line, fired in deep. Rings around the boards to the far side. At the half wall, Ryerson will pick it up. He'll send it back in deep again. Storm are having a hard time getting out of their own zone. Comes up to Roscoe's shot, stick save, goes over to the glass in the corner. Ryerson gets there first. Bemidji's really winning the battles here. Roscoe steps down again and comes out to center, and we got a 2-on-1 all of a sudden with Jacobson back there, and they get a cross ice pass and stuff it in past Colton White, and we had a breakdown there as we got a little deep in our own zone. And they were able to break out past the defense and put 2-on-1 back in our own zone. So North Shore Storm strikes early. And they get first blood here with 1-0 on the scoreboard. And Bemidji's got the lead in shots for 2-4.
Bemidji's got to keep doing what they're doing. Keep it in that zone like they have. You know, they keep those breakdowns away, we'll be okay. They got to answer back here.
No time to panic yet. And North Shore will control again off the face-off. They turn it up ice, gain the zone. Dump it in behind, and it comes to Adams. He gets it out to center. And he's able to work it ahead. And North Shore eventually gets a hold of it right in the skates of Stittsworth. They gather it up again. A lot of good forechecking here by Bemidji. And they send it back to the North Shore blue line. They get it back out to center. Comes back into the Bemidji blue line. Westover now. He goes ahead for Adams. Adams turns, gets across the line, feeds it up ahead for Stittsworth. Can't get it to him. Now it does. He tries a backhander to the slot, but there's nothing there but white jerseys, and Storm will come back out the other way with it. Go wide on the right, and they get a shot. Goes wide of the cage, over to the near side. Comes up to the point. Got another player in the slot there, circling around. Nice play there by Lapeer to tip it away from him. Centering attempt comes up to the line, and Baird gets it from there. And they lose it back at mid-ice. Now Westover is going to step up there. He gets across the red line, sends it in, and gives chase. Well, the Storm there pick it up there. Errant pass comes right to Baird. Puck is tipped off of his stick, and it goes to the far wall. Meyer now trying to get it deep, can't do it. And the Storm will get it back out to center. Tip it past Yerbich, but covering Roscoe will bring it around in. He gets right in a high slot, steps in, shot right on. Rebound is left right out front, but they sweep it over to the side and carry it around to the far corner. Back in behind now. They come up the near side. Roscoe's there. He chips it back down in. Rides the dash for a bit. Takes a shot from there. Tipped. Rebound. Another rebound. And Christensen is able to handle all those. Man, what a flurry there. Fantastic opportunity for Bemidji as the Storm comes back the other way. Meyer pushes the player off the puck and comes up ahead for Tyken. He's got speed into the slot, cuts in on the forehand, can't wrangle it though. Now he tries to center, goes off the back of the cage. Meyer's got it now. He'll try and work it up to the circle. Drop back for Tyken, looking for Yerbich in the slot. Tyken keeps it, sends one in there, goes off traffic. Roscoe now, he steps in. Shot, and a goal! Roscoe shells it over the glove, up in the top right corner.
That's how you answer, Dana.
And that's how you answer.
That's a good Stittsworth meets 5-on-5 goal scored by El Capitan, number 14 Brody Roscoe.
I think we're going to get Yerbich on that one as the shot that it was before, maybe.
And Tyken might be in there too.
Tyken might be in there
see
too.
See what the game sheet says, but great way to respond.
So back out, we're all tied up at 1 here now, 8:47 left in the period. Bemidji's got 8-2 shots and really controlling the play here, so they just keep on it. They're going to be just fine. Wyatt Tyken gets leveled out on the near side, and they get possession in their own zone. Tyken looks for some retribution. He gathers it up. He's going to put it on the scoreboard instead. Sends it on goal. Goes in behind. Centered beautifully there by Moran, but there wasn't anybody to slap it in. Boy, that would have been a nice shot, though, had we had somebody in the slot. Now North Shore is going to trade back and forth behind their own goal. Now they'll work it up to the center ice. They'll get it out to the far side. Gain the zone. Look to shoot. Don't do it. Hang on to it. Cleared it over to the near side. Comes up to the line. Turns. Shot. And it goes wide of the goal. Rebound and a goal. Blasted right by Whitey. And we had another bit of a breakdown there as the puck comes off the back wall right up into the circle, and they just fire one off, and I don't think Whitey had time to really set up. And so that's going to put North Shore up 2-1.
All right, time to answer back again.
Face-off now again, controlled by Bemidji, albeit briefly. Here comes North Shore again. Another shot. Goes right in on Colton. Drops in front of him. He covers it up. 7:50 now left in the first period.
Scoring for North Shore, number 12, Morgan Hobb. Assisted on the goal by number 7, Brady Hobb. Time of the goal, 7:01.
So the play goes over to the far wall, comes up to the line and brought out by Adams. He's going to carry it all the way in. Goes far wide right, or wide left rather. Drops it. Shot. Goal. Goal for Kellen Baird, dropped nicely by Adams. And so just like that.
Baird from Adams, yeah, another 5-on-5 Stittsworth meets goal. What a quick answer. Now we just got to keep them from scoring and score before them.
It's funny how that works.
But beautiful, yeah. Proud dad moment, beautiful pass.
Nice pass,
Adams
yeah.
to Baird, and Baird hammered that thing home. Beautiful shot.
I think it went glove side on him. And again, off the face-off now, Bemidji controls again, tipped into the zone. And the Storm are going to have to dig it out of their own zone. They fired up the far side, comes up to Jacobson. He takes a shot, comes right in on goal. And Stittsworth had a tip at it. The goaltender didn't like it all that much, but whistle hadn't blown yet. And so we're on another stop and play here. And the face-off will go to the goaltender's right.
I mean, in this first 7.5 minutes, I think we spent 6 of it in our offensive zone. So we're doing what we need to do outside of a couple breakdowns.
Doesn't look like game sheet's working right now for us here. So now North Shore springs a player that come in all alone, and Whitey stands tall as he's able to keep that goal from going in. Meanwhile, the play goes over to the far wall, and Bemidji's going to pick it up there. Roscoe sidesteps a check. He tries to feed it over to Tyken on the far side just ahead of him, and the Storm will pick it up there. They get out to center again, and one thing about this Storm team, although they can't hardly get out of the zone, when they do, they transition quickly. They got one hanging out at the red line here. We got another one on the near side, and so now all of a sudden it's 2-on-1, and again, they get in there and get a shot with a really good transition game. So I think our forwards probably need to be a little more aggressive on getting back and helping out the defense here, as the defense are getting caught even 3-on-2 here. So after the face-off, it comes over to the near side, and Moran has it there, and he sends it up ahead, goes to Westover off a deflection, comes back to Moran. He's got some speed, comes near right, comes up to the dot, lowers the shoulder, can't quite get around it though, comes up to Baird at the top circle. He hangs onto it though, and he sends it off the wall looking for Moran. Comes off the wall weird though. Moran has to steal it from the Storm, and now Baird comes in and does it. Comes over to the circle, and he'll carry it all the way in behind. Nice stick check or footwork there. Comes up to Lapeer. He takes a look, back to Baird. Baird now is going to dump it down in deep, and Ryerson's going to have to deal with it. He leaves it over for Moran on the far corner. Moran reverses it back to the other side, and he's going to tip it up for Baird at the high circle. Baird shoots from there. Tip goes right in on goal, but it's saved over to the near side, or the far side rather. Back to Baird. Steps in. Takes another shot and a goal. Baird.
Yeah, they forgot a minute on the clock. Don't forget about the clock.
So the clock minder's not flipping the button, I hear. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah, that's what.
All right, well, Bemidji goes ahead here now, 3-2. And brings the first lead of the game. Off the face-off, North Shore comes into the zone, and they get up for Adams. Adams has some room. He's skating hard, and he gets it on the forehand. Can't get around the defense, though. Nice defensive move. Comes right in on him, though. And Adams not able to get it past him. And had a little shenanigans after the play there, but no one's going to get any penalties out of that one.
So that 5-on-5 Stittsworth meets goal scored by 21 Callan, second of the game, assisted by 19 Payton. So good to see us get that lead.
So off the face-off, Storm control. They kick it ahead, bring it out to center. Tipped there by Jacobson. Roscoe carries it from there, sent to the near side, back out to center. They're able to get it back to the line for Jacobson. Jacobson now sends it rink wide. comes to Adams at the line. He tries to backhand it for Stitchworth, can't do it. So he sends one in towards the goal, goes wide. Stitchworth, or Tyken rather, he gets it down for Stitz. And in behind, looking for center, looking for Adams. And it comes up to Westover, he blasts one. I'm sorry, that's Jacobson, he blasts one. That one goes wide. Storm now, they pick it up in their own circle and bring it out to center. Drop pass there in the far wall, tipped by Jacobson. Comes right to the player in the circle, no look shot. Comes right in on White, and he hangs on to that one. He could barely, looked a little awkward, but he got her. And he hung on to that one. Kind of a strange looking no look shot on that one right in this high slot, but he was all alone. Might have been better off if he'd have looked where he was shooting. Either way, Colton White stood tall. And with 5:28 now left in the period and a lead of 3-2, again they get one over here, and Whitey is able to, oh, they're going to call it a goal after the whistle went, and after they could see past Whitey's boot, they called that a goal again.
How did it go in?
Snuck under his skate, I think. And
snuck in between the boot and the goal and the post. So yeah, all of a sudden, still in the first period, we got 6 goals, and we're tied at 3. Faceoff comes over to the near wall. Bemidji works it down into the zone, and comes to Baird. Baird turns up ice, gets into the wide, into the circle on the wide left side. He's ridden off the play. And the North Shore stick goes flying up into the netting as Yerbich tries to center one. They chip it out to center, get across the line on the near side, drop pass, and it's brought to Yerbich. He's got some room to skate. He can get in there. He's going to go right in on goal, takes a shot, goes wide of the cage, just barely, and it comes out to the point on the left side. Myers battling with it there. He can't handle it. Now the Storm pick it up with some momentum. Backhand it towards the goal. Nice poke there by Lapeer to prevent that. Up to the point. Shot from there. Goes up over the cage. I think it was tipped by by Baird. Down in the corner now. Storm get it there. They backhand it up the wall. And they're going to step over, take a shot. Stick saved by White. Sends it over to the near side. Players crash into the board at the half wall. And it goes in behind, centered up. They're doing a good job of centering that puck. And puck comes up to the point, goes in right on White. And he's able to cover that one up and bring another stop and play with just under 4 minutes left in the first period.
in case they need it for game tape.
So the momentum we had early on is starting to dwindle here.
Yep.
And North Shore seems to have found their skates. Tyken now, he'll step in, comes over to Jacobson. He rings it around the boards onto the far side for Ryerson. He gets across the line, shoots, goes high, and it's gloved down by Christensen, and he hangs on.
Is this going to stay on your folder forever?
It'll be on YouTube.
And on your folder
So Tyken again will take this
I'll
one.
delete
We
it off
got
there.
Moran on the near side with Ryerson on the other.
How?
And Jacobson and Roscoe rather on defense.
But how will
Puck is down,
not go
and Jacobson steps in there, takes a shot, blocker save, goes high.
I'll leave it
He
there.
gloves it down before somebody can swat it in there. And he'll hang on to that one now.
Well, good to see us back in our offensive zone here. Hopefully tip the tides. It'd be nice to get one before the period ends. Send a little bit of a positive momentum going in this second period.
Off the face-off, it comes out to center off a couple of tips. Roscoe's going to retreat to get it at his own blue line. He turns, sends it up ice, and it comes right to a Denfeld player. Why do I keep saying Denfeld?
I don't
A
know.
North Shore player. And
Instead of Georgia on your mind, you got Denfeld on your
I guess
mind.
so. One thing about this North Shore team, they're all about the no-look pass and the no-look shot. I've seen about 3-4 of them already. And they're not afraid to just sweep it around and send it up ice. Comes out of the zone right to Stittsworth. Stittsworth ahead for Baird. Ahead now for Adams. Adams cuts in, right on the forehand, turns, shot, shoots, goes off the side of the cage. Goes down in behind, and the Storm pick it up there, and they're going to skate it out.
It's separate.
Gets up to the red line, and Jacobson stops the player there, and Baird will help out and bring it over to the near side. Roscoe now up ahead for Stitsworth. He tips it in, goes right on the goaltender. He's going to try and send it all the way out. He's going to ice it. No, he's not. They're going to wave that off. But that thing really lost momentum. And back in behind, the Storm get it. We got to go put a body on those guys. Then finally, Roscoe gets a hold of it, brings it around the boards to the point. They will back it up, take a shot or a pass down to the hash marks, and they send it in deep from there. And we got a bunch of hollering going on from the Bemidji bench. I'm not sure why. Shot comes up from the high slot, goes up off the glass. Overskated and then picked up by Jacobson. He falls as he fires it out of the zone. And it comes back in offside as we still had a Storm player caught in the zone. Blue line here. Tyken will step to the dot, and off the face-off, he'll get his own face-off, and he'll carry it out through center. Work through traffic, comes to Meyer. He picks it up, goes wide left, and he'll drop it right in the slot for Tyken. Tyken can't get a good stick on it, and the Storm come back the other way. Get across the Bemidji blue line, shell it over the side. Trailing player. Nobody's picking up those trailing players today. And puck stays in the zone. Now it's tipped out by Westover. Comes to Meyer. He tries to backhand it up ahead for Tyken. And comes back to Meyer in a slot shot. And it's loose right behind him. Drops down into the paint. And another Storm player is able to get it out of there. Now there's a fray in front. He covers it up. Now we've got some pushing and shoving right in the paint.
That's a fist. That's a punch. They should get a penalty for that, but
they're going to let him play, though. They're not going to call any penalties on this one, so that's quite a different story than we had yesterday. Referee's pointing here, and I'm not sure what's going to come of this. All the North Shore players were all piled up there in the paint. And here we go. We're going to have
I'm not sure what's going on here.
What are they discussing?
I think we might have a penalty on the goaltender.
Yeah,
and
I
they're
think
trying
you
to
might
figure
be
out who
right.
to put in the box. And it looks
that was
like
a legitimate right hook.
Looks like number 17, Maxim Haugen's going to sit. So we're going to have our first penalty of the game. It's going to be on North Shore, and that's going to bring us to the end of the period or a goal, whichever comes first here.
Hopefully it's the goal.
We'll opt for the goal if we can.
Lapeer Shoreline power play.
Yep, I don't know why they only call
Puck goes in behind, sent out to the point, saved nicely by Lapeer. He gets it down for Adams. Adams sends it in. It's deflected, comes right back to him. In behind now. He sends it up to the far wall. Ryerson there. He tries to send it up to the point. Gets to a Storm player, though, and they chip it out. Lapeer picks it up at his own blue line. Roughing is the call, by the way, on the goaltender. And meanwhile, Bemidji picks it up, brings it in on the far side.
1 minute rolling in the first period with Ivano, man, you betcha.
Thank you.
So from there, comes over to the near side.
That was a couple that
Adams tries to feed it ahead. It's blocked. Now it gets it down to Tyken. Tyken's got it in the far corner. 40 seconds left on the period. Over in the slot, tipped. And Lapeer's going to step in. He's going to send it back to Ryerson, on the near corner. In behind there. Centering opportunity doesn't go. Adams tried to maybe bank it off the goaltender even. They clear the zone, and Lapeer is going to pick it up in his own zone, and he coughs it up right in the slot, and they get a goal. Shorthanded goal for North Shore. And Bentley was trying to get it out of there, and the other player just tipped it off his stick and gained possession, had 1-0 right on Golden White. Snuck it in there for a goal right before the end of the period here. Short-handed nonetheless. Off the face-off. Bemidji control. Stitsworth has it. He skates up through center. Over to Moran on the other side. He can't dangle the players. And we get these cherry pickers again. And I'll tell you what, North Shore has been very successful with this cherry picker approach, putting a guy on the red line or even two of them, and they get it up ahead and get behind our defense. The next thing you know, there's a puck in the net.
Yeah.
So they put 12 minutes on the board this time.
12, okay.
So we'll see what happens here.
I don't know what. The hometown team better wake up. This is a sloppy game. Both teams at times felt like it was defense optional, but they got a dogfight now. So if they're not motivated by now, we could be in for a long day today. But we got to keep doing what we're doing, get it back in our offensive zone, keep controlling the play. Again, you're right, Dana. North Shore is taking advantage of letting some people slip past our team, and they're creating the opportunities and taking advantage of them. So they got to reset, refocus on playing solid defense and controlling the game in the offensive zone. It'll be okay, but
they appear to be a pretty good passing team. Generally, they're making pretty good connections, unlike the game last night that we had, where we were able to pick off just about every pass that was presented. And they're crafty. They're a crafty team. They like the no-look passes. They find players cross ice and lead them up. So
we start the period on 29 seconds left on the Lapeer Shoreline power play. Fortunately, North Shore's scored more goals on it than we have, but.
So we've changed positions here. Whitey's over to our right and Christensen to our left. He's still got 26 seconds on his penalty. And Bemidji gets it into the zone, gets a little bit ahead of Moran there. And it comes to Baird. Baird drops it for Stitsworth. Down for Moran. At the corner, he spins around, looking for a place to put it. Works his way over, puts it against the side wall again, comes to Stitsworth. Stitsworth cross ice for Roscoe. Roscoe looks, sends it across for Baird, and Baird sends it back up for.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Stitsworth sends it in again, in the slot. Now it's going to come to Stitsworth, high slot. He'll fire from there. It's loose in front. Stopped, got blocked in front, and then it drops down. And the Storm pick it up and carry it out to center. They come in across the zone, take a shot from there, blocked by Roscoe. Played with a high stick. And I imagine that's going to come all the way down. I do believe the faceoff will be all the way down into the Rock Ridge zone. Rock Ridge now. North Shore zone. And with 14:06 now left in the second period, Bemidji down 4-3. It looks like Tyken's going to step in and take this faceoff. They're going to toss the North Shore player, offer some stick shenanigans outside the circle, and it comes up to Lapeer. Lapeer down for Stitsworth at the half circle, or at the hash marks rather. Comes in. Oh, it comes right in on the near side. Adams couldn't quite make that connection, and North Shore will transition back the other way. Get around the defense, but they got enough blue jerseys there. The puck rolls in on Colton White. He covers it up. He didn't like the looks of that one. And he'll hold on to it for a stop here with 13:46 now left in the second. Bemidji still maintaining the edge in shots on goal here, 19-13. But it just doesn't quite have that feel to it. Off the face-off again. Tiken will take it. North Shore wins it. Bring it over to the near side. They bring it out to center. Cross ice pass is out of the reach of their own player. They come back to their own blue line. Getting some pressure there. Comes to Tiken on the near side. He can't wrangle it. And he sweeps it again ahead from another player. And Stitzer gets there. He gets it back out. Now it comes back to him. Now ahead for Adams. Adams has some speed here. He backhands it across the ice to Tiken. Tiken can't manage it though, and it goes over to the far wall. Up the circle. Westover steps in, takes a swipe, retreats back. And Bemidji will maintain possession in their own zone and bring it out. Adams now. He hit center ice. He'll get across the line on the near side. Goes down to the hash marks. Puts a shoulder down. Drop pass. No one was there. The Storm was there though. It comes up for Lapeer. Lapeer will battle his way down to the circle. Backhanded towards the goal. Right him out in the goal. Lapeer to Adams, and Adams will stick it in the 5-hole.
I think it might have been from Lapeer.
And it was from Lapeer.
Another 5-on-5 Stittsworth meets goal, scored by number 2, Brody. Assisted, we think, by number 8, Bentley. And tie this bad boy up again.
So relatively early in the period, Bemidji responds. And we got a tight game here in the second period. 12:44 left now in the second. And Callan Baird will come to the line. And it'll be one back to Roscoe on the far side. Roscoe takes a look, chips it up ahead. He gets it up to center. He gets through everybody. And Christensen for the Storm sends it back out to center. Comes to Jacobson. He goes cross ice for Roscoe. Roscoe steps up, can't manage it though. And neither can the Storm. Finally get a shot from there. White gloves it, and they're going to blow the whistle down before he can drop it. And we'll have a stop and play off to his face-off off to his left now. Baird again on the dot, just to Colton's right. And it goes in behind. Jacobson's got it. He blasts it around the line, and Ryerson takes a hit up high, but
North
no
Shore's
call
laid
there.
some lumber today.
And
handful of good hits.
They back at their own zone. They get it up ahead, and they gain the zone on the far side. Shot from there, blocker save, goes over to the corner. Up to the point again. Take a look from there, send it down in deep, and Roscoe's going to get there first. Overskates it though. North Shore maintains possession. And they're cycling down in the corner now. Turn at the shot at the circle. Rebound. That one goes wide. They maintain possession though. They send it up to the point now. Looking pretty good for the boys in white. And it comes in there. Moran gets a hold of it. He chips it off the glass and out to center. Clears it nicely as the Storm have to retreat back in their own zone. Almost stolen there by Roscoe. And now here comes Baird. He gets a hold of it. Turns up to the circle. Comes right in on the goal. But rebound. And a goal, Ryerson.
Cub with the goal there.
So Baird had a good shot. He worked his way right into the goal, puts one on goal, and the rebound popped right back out. And Ryerson was there waiting for it, and he shelves it from a tight angle.
Yeah, another 5-on-5 Stittsworth meets goal, scored by number 3, Cub. I think got the assist 21 Callan. Like we've been saying, 5-on-5, we can play with anybody. They're looking good. Now we just got to keep this Mo on the go.
5-4 is our score. And Bemidji's ready to take the face off, and North Shore is still trying to figure out who they want on the ice.
I think we're on a tipping point. If we can put one more in, we might just break this thing open.
That could be the case. It's got that feel to it.
But the way it's been going, it could go the other way pretty quick too. So
time will tell for sure.
Entertaining at least.
Puck comes out to center along the far wall, and Tiken picks it up and skates it back into his own zone, fires it up ahead for Meyer. Meyer now ahead for Yerbich. He comes in with some speed on the near side, brings it down in the corner, tries to center, goes off the back of the cage. And it's cleared off the glass here and out to center by North Shore. And the puck dies. You know what? This ice is really slow. Puck is dying fast. Comes to Meyer. He takes a shot, goes wide. Goes over to the far corner. And there's Tyken to play with it. And Westover's pinched down enough to give him some trouble too. Meyer comes in to help out. The puck goes down in deep for Tyken. Tyken for Yerbich. Yerbich was in the midst of a check. Comes over to the near side, up to the point, just past Lapeer. And it's going to come to Westover. He goes cross ice, gives it right to a North Shore player, but thank goodness they had one on offside. And
got a break there.
Blows it dead.
I don't know if the folks at home heard, they also gave the assist to Peyton. I think that's the first time we heard a second assist. So, yeah, right, Dana, I think you're right. This ice it's very comfortable for us folks in here, but the ice is a little slow.
The puck just wants to die. Several times now when it goes down for an icing, it seems to peter out before it gets to the line. Meanwhile, puck's in play. Comes up to Jacobson, rather. He takes a shot. It's deflected. And it comes over to the near corner. Adams now. He'll leave it down in the corner. But Storm player will pick it up from there. Clock isn't running again. And now it does.
A couple more free minutes of hockey here.
The clock operator's getting lots of help today. Comes over to the slot. Shot. Oh, all right. Blocker save on Baird. Now the North Shore will send it all the way down. The puck will die before it gets to Colton. And Roscoe will pick it up there. Near side now. Outlet pass comes up to Baird and Adams. They kind of misplay it between the two of them. And North Shore picks it up, brings it in and out. Comes to Adams. He got some speed across the line. Comes in the forehand. Shot. Blocker save. Comes to the near side. Clearing attempt comes up to the line. Not out yet. And North Shore finally does get it out. And they turn it up ice. Across the Bemidji line now. And they fire it into the slot. It's there. Who's there but Lapeer. He sends it up ahead for Baird. Charges across the line on the far side. Drops it there for Adams. From the shot, or from the dot. Takes a shot. And that one goes wide. Careens all the way out to center on the near side. And shot back in there before Adams could get out of the zone. And that'll put us off sides with 9:05 left in the second period. Second.
And I still got it, period one. Don't worry, folks. We got you in the right period here at Brojack / Tilted Ice broadcast.
Face off at center ice. Bemidji's going to control with Moran. Moran up ahead for Ryerson. Gets across. Cross ice pass for Tyken just out of his reach. And he has to fire it in for Ryerson. Centered up for Moran. Couldn't quite get on it. And a stick check there by the Storm and brought back out. 8:45 left in the period as they gain the zone on the Bemidji side. Drop pass in the slot. Comes right in on Colton White and then trickles just wide of the goal. Centering up attempt again. That's tipped out of there by Westover. And now Moran, and we got 3-on-0 here. 3-on-1 rather. Comes to Tyken. Shot. Save there made by Christensen. And it comes up to Lapeer. He's going to take a shot. That one goes all the way through off the referee's skate. Shore pick it up there. And they bring it back out to center. They get across the line. Fumble the pass. And Lapeer will send it back out to center. On to Tyken's stick now. He's got Ryerson on the near side. Can't quite dangle, but he gets it back in deep. Brings it over the corner. Turns it up. Right over. Puts a backhand on goal. And Christensen sees that one all the way. And he puts that into the glove and hangs on. 8 minutes now left in the second period. And we're starting to see a little bit of climb, a little separation in those shots on goal. And the play seems to be, again, indicative of that. At the far circle, Baird takes the face-off, gets the return pass, comes to Yerbich. He tries to center, it's tipped down and back behind again. And they ring it around the boards to the far side. Roscoe pinches down to get it. He sends it in behind the goal. And it comes to Yerbich. Yerbich battles there. Baird comes in to help out. He sends it up to the point for Jacobson. Shot from there, deflected, goes wide down in the far corner. Comes up the far wall. Roscoe was able to pinch down and he puts it up into the netting on the second attempt. And that'll bring a stop in play and a face-off in the zone.
But Dana, it feels like both teams have kind of settled down in that wild west shootout in the first period.
We're in the second period doldrums, as they say. And as the play comes out, Westover gets a hold of it. He's waiting for everybody to check up. Now he fires it in there. And Tyken will go on the forecheck. Centering attempt is picked off by North Shore, and it comes back out to center. Nice move there by Westover. He's going to skate it up ahead. He's crafty himself, comes into the slot, can't hang on to it though. And North Shore recovers. They come up the near side. This time Adams puts a body on his player and separates him. And Westover sends it ahead, but it's sent back in there. And down in deep. Centering attempt goes right on through. Good opportunity there for North Shore. But it comes back out on a Tyken stick. Gets across the line near side. Loses it though under pressure. And the drop pass goes behind him as North Shore picks it up there. Again, they're crafty. They keep dropping passes and the like. As they come in, try to get around the defense. Can't do it though. Now it comes to them. Shot goes wide. Just barely though. And Westover picks it up there and sends it over to the near side now for Baird. Baird ahead for Adams. Over cross ice for Stitsworth. Behind him. And he gathers it up and sends it into the zone. And North Shore tries to get it out of their zone. But it comes to Baird. Centered up for Moran. He can't get his stick on it. Passes a bit in his skates. And it comes over to the near side. Now Moran's got it. He sends it cross ice. Adams tags up nicely. Shot on goal. Loose in the slot. Rebound. That one won't go. It's blocked in front. Clearing attempt comes to the near side for North Shore. Knocked off of their stick by Jacobson. He'll recover though. Bring it back in on the far side. And back in behind. They'll be ridden off the play. And the battle will continue down in the corner. Between Baird and Roscoe, they're going to work hard at this one. And North Shore chips it down into the other side. Roscoe's going to get there first this time. And he sends it back up to the line, but not out. Stopped at the line. They step in, take a shot. Stick saved by White. Goes over in the corner. Baird now is going to battle there. They keep swatting at it. Comes in behind. There's a nice Jacobson coming in with some speed and purpose. He gets a hold of it, sends it up for Moran. It's in his skates. Gets through him over to the wall, and North Shore comes back the other way. Down to the hash marks. They stop. Turn center. Comes in on a player. Shot on goal. Whitey has that one. Rebound. Goes wide. And they're, boy, I'll tell you what, these North Shore players are good at finding each other. And they come back in their own zone. And they get it back out to center. Lots of quick drop passes. They're very good at that one. And it comes down in behind for Roscoe. Over to Baird. Baird can't quite get it out. He's checked off the play. Interference is going to be the call, I'm sure. Yep. He was knocked out of the way as he went to go play the puck. And so Bemidji now is going to go on a power play again.
Pure Shoreline power play. We like those. No offense to Northern Amusement. I'm glad I haven't called your name all day. Despite
I believe
your diamond status.
Looks like it's going to be Nico Tersteeg.
Say that 5 times fast.
Nico Tersteeg. Got to be careful about that one. He's going to get a 2-minute minor for interference. And with 4:27 left in the second period, Bemidji will have a offensive zone face-off. North Shore controls though, comes over to the near side. They clear it up to the line, gets past everybody. And it's going to go just wide of the cage. And Colton White wisely lets it go by.
It looked like it was going to bounce on goal, but
he had it covered up, so he was ready for it. But yeah, that's going to be an icing on North Shore, and we're going to bring it back down into our offensive zone. Just to the right of Christensen will be the face-off. And Baird's going to sneak in for this one. We've got Moran, we've got Meyer, we've got Roscoe, and we have Stitsworth. Comes right between the defense and goes all the way down. And Colton White's going to leave it there for Roscoe. And Roscoe's going to set up from behind. Goes to the far side for Stitsworth. He spins around, sees a little bit of pressure. Now he's misses the puck and heads it up ahead for Meyer. Gets past Meyer and we ice it. So this power play is not starting out all that well.
It seems like they're still trying to adjust to the speed of the ice. You see a lot of pucks just getting stuck on the stick behind the sticks, and we're having to recalculate these passes a little bit.
Yep. The urgency in this power play doesn't quite seem to be there quite yet. Comes to Roscoe rather. He's going to steer it around behind. He fires it up the wall, comes out right to a Rockridge or a North Shore player. Still in his own. Oh, now Moran's got it. He's going to. Yep, you're right. There's another one there, Eric. They rolled off of Moran's stick, got stuck on the ice. Now it comes to Roscoe. Roscoe's going to carry it up on the near side. Gets across the line, cuts in, takes a shot on goal. Blocker save, goes up off the glass behind. Roscoe gets to it there. And the Storm carried out to center, but is picked off by Baird and left there for Stitsworth. Over to the near side for Moran. Moran now, he's going to carry it up through center. And comes to Baird on the near side. He's looking for a pass. It's tipped there. Comes back to Roscoe and out to center again. Cross ice for Stitsworth. Back to Roscoe. 33 seconds left on the power play here. Finally, Bemidji gets in the zone, and we're going to get a shot towards the net. Soft one. It's booted over to the corner. Moran now picks it up, brings it up to Stitsworth rather, back down to Moran. He steps in, comes to the circle, puts it down in the corner, back to him. Up to Stitsworth again, he steps in. He takes a shot, booted over to the near side. Roscoe's there for it at the hash mark, and it goes down in the corner again. This time it's sent in from there, blocked in front, comes back to Baird. 3 seconds left on the power play. Cross ice now for Moran. He'll take a shot from there, goes over the cage.
Thank you.
You betcha.
5-on-5 play here now as North Shore take a slapper from outside the blue line. They go for a bench and change, go for to the bench on the change, and we spring Bemidji now. Meyer on the near side, sidesteps a player, and he kind of drops it and then goes to get it. Over to the far side now for Baird. Baird tries to get around a player at the hash mark, but it gets knocked off his stick and comes up to the line. Saved by Lapeer at the line, and it comes out to center. Moran picks it up from there, turns it back up ice. Minute 52 left in the period, and it's going to be blown offside at the line. So with that, we got a minute 50 now left in the second period. Shots on goal are 30 for Bemidji, 19 rather for North Shore. So we're getting some separation there. Goaltenders making snowmen. And Bemidji's still got a 1-goal lead here as the faceoff comes just outside the zone. Comes back to Westover. He sends it up ahead for Yerbich. Yerbich turns, fires it in. Goes down in behind the goal. North Shore's going to pick out up there, and they send it over the far wall. Off the glass now, out to center. And it comes to Westover. Westover ahead for Adams, right back in. Fans on the dump. And now he gets a little deeper there, but North Shore still maintains possession. Tyken now, he'll give him trouble, bring it over the far wall. And it comes right back to him. And he right there gets over to Adams. Oh, Adams hit it net on the backhand.
Beautiful
and
play.
It rolls off and goes just wide of the cage. What an opportunity there. Comes right back to him though, sends it towards the cage. Loose in front. And Tyken can't close the door. Comes back to him in the corner. He sends it down in deep, goes in behind. North Shore picks it up there. Fired off the glass on the near side.
To play in the second period with your final roommate and
Thank you.
you betcha.
And with that, it comes in offsides again.
Brody might have a nightmare about that one.
He's going to see some nightmares for sure. It was right. He had him beat all day long.
What a
and
beautiful pass.
rolled right off the curvature of the stick and goes wide of the goal.
Sometimes that puck takes some funny bounces and rolls on you, but
So the faceoff comes over to the wall, and the boys will battle for it there. As who's going to win it? Chopped ahead. That comes to Jacobson. He goes, sends it back off the wall, and it was anticipated nicely by the Storm. And they get in, get a shot, goes over the top of the cage and off the glass behind. Now it comes to Ryerson. Ryerson up ahead for Baird. He gets across the line, sends it up ahead for Moran. Turns up ice right in the slot, back for Baird. And Baird can't make the pass back. And they can't quite make a good play out of it. Comes to Moran now. Right up to the mouth of the goal, cross ice. Goes to Baird again over in the corner, up to Roscoe. Back down for Baird. Baird chases it down. And comes right back to Well, it comes up to the point
Yeah,
there
got
for
a shot off,
Jacobson.
guys.
Centering attempt wasn't going to work. Now it comes to Ryerson. Ryerson to Moran as the clock runs out on the second period.
Well, Dana, was a good answer to win that period. Now we just got one more period to win, and we'll be playing for the 1 seed tomorrow. But a good answer. We slowed the game down, calmed their nerves, it looked like. So
I think the boys need a little bit of, they really need this period break. They're looking a little sluggish. I think Baird is gassed. Floor will come out and we'll clean up the ice. And we'll be back here in about 12 or so minutes to bring the third period action.
All right, Dana, here we go. Period 3. Let's win this period and call it good. I think I've had enough fun for the day as far as this game has gone. Entertaining game, back and forth. Boys in blue kind of settled things down period 2, winning that period 2 zip. But North Shore certainly isn't going away. I think we got to get one more here and send a bit of a stronger message.
Yep, we got to get our feet moving and keep on going here. Off the face-off, it goes down into the North Shore zone. And it comes back up to the line. And it comes to Moran. Moran will work his way on the near wall. Centers it up. Tipped there by Ryerson. Goes wide of the cage, though. Comes out to center again, and Westover's got it there. He sends it up to the line. And Baird's got it there. He's going to bring it in the zone. Comes off the stick, though. And comes in offsides as Ryerson stumbled at the line here. Something fell down and ended up with an offside call here. So the puck will come just outside the zone. And we'll continue here with 5-on-5 hockey as Tyken now will step to the line. Stitsworth's out here along with Adams. Comes to Roscoe. He fires it in. Goes all the way down. Stopped in behind by the goaltender Christensen. And it's scooped along the dasher on the other side. Comes up to the line. Tipped out to center. And they've come down to the other side. And a trailing Tyken will pick it up there and send it up ahead for Jacobson. Jacobson gets across the line. Turns. Fires it down in. And he heads back to his position on the blue line. Down in behind there. North Shore sends it in a little deeper there. They fall on it, though. Comes right to Adams. Shot on goal. Comes out in the slot. Loose in front. And the players are trying to get out. Backhander goes right into the wickets of Christensen, and he's able to collapse on that thing. And he'll hang on, and then he goes to fix the net. So a good fray there right in front. Wouldn't be fruitful for the boys in blue. Christensen's a bit of an animated goaltender. Brought the puck all the way out to the dot for the referee and left it there for him. Comes up to Roscoe. Shot from there, booted out. Rebound comes all the way out to the high circle. Another shot. That one's blocked in front. Goes over the wall. Comes right back to Jacobson again. He fires one in wide. And it goes in behind. Bemidji on the forecheck here. North Shore, well, no, the Stitsworth's going to maintain it. It's going to be along the wall there for Tyken now. Trading possession like crazy. Jacobson blasts one down in there. And Tyken was pushed up against the board. He couldn't play it. Turns now, sends it up to Stitsworth. Wasn't quite ready for it. Comes in the slot, picked up by the Storm. They send it up ice, comes through their defense, or their forwards rather. And it's sent back ahead the other way. Adams now drops it for Tyken. Nicely shot, a goal! Tyken from Adams. And a beautiful drop pass there. Adams put that one right in the right spot for Tyken, and
he buried it.
He buried it over the glove side. And Christian, I don't know if you even saw it, but it goes in the goal to bring us to a 6-4 lead now with 12:58 left in the game.
Another fantastic Stitsworth meets 5-on-5 goal scored by number 4 Wyatt, assisted by 2 Brody. Beautiful play. Hopefully this opens things up for us and we put the hammer down here.
Coaches are doing all kinds of congratulations there on that really good play. As we come the other way, shot goes wide of the cage and it comes over, tipped out of the zone again. And comes right to Yerbich rather. He comes in with some speed on the right side. Comes in behind, carries it in, turns back around, centers it up for Baird. Baird sidesteps, can't quite get in there, gets a goal!
There it is!
Sends it right in! Callan Baird does some fantastic stick work. Takes that pass from, I think it was Yerbich, and buries it again on the glove side, I believe, behind Christensen, and all of a sudden now Bemidji's got a 3-goal lead.
That's a hat trick for number 2-1.
Hat trick for number 2-1.
They also gave the assist to Roscoe on that Tyken goal. So
they did.
Dana, I felt like I said if we got one more, it might open it up.
You called it at the period break, Eric. It was
every once in a while I got to tip the hat for myself. Not right very often, but still plenty of game left, and I don't want to get ahead of myself.
That's true. We do have a lot of time here, and we control the puck here down into our own zone, sends it up to center. North Shore not giving up yet. They turn up ice, get it back into the zone, and right back out. Ryerson's going to charge ahead for it, can't quite get there. Comes back out and tipped in by Tyken, but Ryerson was well in the zone still, and so we're going to have an offside call, and we'll have a face-off here.
Bemidji's smelling a little blood in the water here. That was a 5-on-5 Stitchworth meets goal scored by 21 Callan. I don't know who got the assist, but
well, I think it was a Yerbich pass up to Callan, but now the puck comes over to the slot for Tyken. Nice feed there by Roscoe, but Tyken couldn't quite handle it. It was in his skates. Down in the corner, they battle. Comes out to the hash marks. They tip it out past Moran at the line, who was covering there. And he retreats, sends it back over to the line. And this time, North Shore falls and gives Bemidji an opportunity with Tyken. Tyken now brings it in. And he gets checked hard. It just looks like his back got hurt there. It comes right into the slot. And the goaltender is able to cover it up. And Tyken's a little bit shook up there on that play after he goes weird off the ball. And he's been beat up a little bit lately in practice and the like, so we're going to keep an eye on him.
But you called it right. They gave that assist to number 5, Jace, in that last goal.
Offensive face-off here now. Adams gets a hold of it and he sends it around in behind. Stitchworth's going to get there first, keep it in the zone for Baird. Baird now centers it up, cross ice for Jacobson. Shot goes right on, blocker saved. Goaltender falls on it, hangs on, freezes her down for a stop and play with 11:20. And the clock is running. Clock's running! Jeez. I could run a clock better than this thing.
Now they're not running it.
Well, they're going to let a few ticks run off, I think. And intercepted pass there. And they get a shot, goes just wide of the cage. A little bit of a dangerous one there. And we've got the nets off the moorings. Everybody's hollering at the nets off back in the Bemidji zone. And meanwhile, Bemidji's got the puck in the zone, maintaining possession there at the line. Now it's tipped out, and it comes up to the line. Nice there, stick work there by Stitchworth, and they're able to gather it up again, send it in, and Lapierre's got a hold of it there. Back out now comes to Adams. He gets that pass, brings it in at the hash marks, centers it up, goes right in front of Baird, right into a sea of white jerseys, and they pull it back out and send it up ahead. Lapierre now, he's going to get there first. They blow off icing there. Lapierre takes a hard check behind the play, and the puck comes out to center. They come back in, overskated this time. Now they're going to get it in. High slot, stick check, shot, goes over the cage and off the glass. Up to the point now, down along the wall, down in the corner. Centered down over to the behind. Meyer's going to get there first, puts a body in position. And it comes to Roscoe. Roscoe's going to chug it out of there. He gets out to center. He's got Yerbich on the near side now. Cross the line, up ahead for Yerbich. Can't get it to him though. Comes right out to the line. Myers got it. High circle shot, goes right into the glove. Now Christensen, and he's going to close it up and hang on. So
well, no pun intended. We appeared to weather the storm so far. After that wacky first period. And those shots that North Shore's getting, they don't seem to have that same crispness as they did in that first period, where it seems like they had opportunity and they took advantage of about every one they could have.
That's true. So 4-7 is our score here. Bemidji ahead, 9:41 remaining in the game. And Bemidji leading shots and goal now 39-20. So with that, face-off is won by North Shore, and they bring it out to the line and goes right back in off sides. And teams are starting to chat. Chirping starting to begin here.
Just got to keep our heads.
Don't need any more drama on this team. As the Bemidji Jacks maintain control and bring it down in. Comes around the wall, comes up to North Shore, back out. Now we've got a whistle. And we're going to have a hooking penalty. Looks like it's going to be Mr. Stitsworth.
What'd they call him for?
Hooking's the penalty.
That brings us to our first Northern Amusement penalty kill. I was enjoying not saying their name, but that's all right.
So we're going to put the hooker in the box. 2 minutes. And the puck will be controlled down in the corner by Roscoe. He sends it up along the wall. Pass down the line is stolen there by an aggressive Baird. And they maintain control though. It's head over to the far side. Step in, circle, shot. Comes right back to him. Out to the point now. Take a look. They're going to go D to D on this one. Takes a look, shoots, puts it right on. Booted out of there by White. Rebound comes over to the near side. Baird chips it up ahead, gets it out to center. Continues to forecheck, does a nice job there. And it comes to his stick again at the red line. This is all Callum Baird right now as North Shore finally gets a hold of it and brings it in, sends it in deep. Comes to Roscoe on the far side. He tries to ring it around and get it out of there, but it comes up to the line, not out. Cross ice pass again, drop there for the point man. Down in deep now. Centered up, goes right in the slot. And we've got a whistle blown. And looks like they're going to do a little net maintenance again. And we're going to face this one off. I think over to the right of Colton White. Actually to his left it looks like. So 1:03 now left on that Stitsworth penalty. And we'll take a defensive zone face-off here as Meyer steps in for it. He's got a deep stance there. He gets it off of there, but it's controlled by the Storm. Pass is missed there. Comes over to the wall, back up to the line, just about out, but not. And at the point, they send it down to the hash marks again, down into the corner. Steps up to the hash marks, up to the high slot, missed the pass, comes all the way out. And Moran's going to go and forecheck on them to try and give them some trouble, but they get it over to the near side. Moran hustles back like he should. Good job there. Meanwhile, Storm come up, put it right on goal. Another one, rebound, now they get one. So with 30 seconds left on that Stitsworth penalty, North Shore gets a shorthanded goal to bring them within 2. A little bit of a broken play again there in front. But no reason to panic here.
Yep, penalty's over, they scored.
So the puck goes over to the far wall and Baird picks it up there. Doing a fine job today.
No, he's not.
Comes back in behind, comes to Westover. Westover tries to send it up, intercepted there. And it goes down in deep. Lapierre now, he'll sweep it over to the far wall. Comes right back to him. He's going to carry it out of there, up goes up the near side for Yerbich. Yerbich gets the wheels going, comes in good. Loses it off his stick though in the slot. It goes over to the far side, comes out to center. D to D pass over to
Thank you.
over to Lapierre on the near side. And Lapierre fell as he was trying to center it up, I think. Goes over to the far wall, and here comes the Storm. 2-on-0, nice block there by Baird. Comes right in on White. He's able to close it down. And the boys in blue clear out the players. And uncharacteristically, we see Baird with a little bit of heat under the collar there, as there's plenty of chirping going on between these two teams.
Got to keep our heads. We can't do stupid penalties.
He's having a pretty good discussion with Brecken Hoff. By the way, there's 3 Hoffs on this team.
Almost like the Hanson brothers.
It's almost like, maybe it is. Shot goes in on White, stick save. Comes over to the near wall, up to the point. Comes out though. And they'll retreat back at center ice. Under some pressure from Stitsworth. And it comes to Adams. Adams sends it cross ice for Jacobson. And it comes back to Adams. He'll go rink wide for Stittsworth. Gets across the line, dumps it in, and teams will give chase. North Shore will get there first, but it's been stolen by Adams nicely. He gets it to Stittsworth. Up for Roscoe. Blast from there. Knocks the defender's stick out of his hand. Goes into the corner. Moran now. Dekes around a player there, but can't quite wrangle it. And it comes down in the corner this time for Adams. They're going to continue to battle. The Storm pick it up there. They chip it out to the line. And Roscoe's going to get there. He sends it over the wall. Works it towards the line, but can't get it across. Comes back for Stittsworth behind. Tipped in now by Roscoe. And the Storm will send it back out to center. Jacobson picks it up at his own blue line. Sends it up ahead for Moran. Moran now will dump it down in deep. And it'll be stopped there by Christensen. He tries to clear it. Stopped by Adams. Goes rink wide. And they dump it back in deep and regather. This time it comes up to the wall. Roscoe holds it in. And they'll try again behind. They'll go to the other side this time. Comes out to the line. Jacobson can't quite hold it there. It's too hard for him. And it's swept back the other way. Now here comes the Storm with some speed. Gets to the dock, drop pass. They do that very well, that drop pass, but they missed the target that time. And they maintain the zone at the line. Comes up to the high slot, tipped out there by Yerbich. Can't maintain it though. This time Yerbich puts a body on a player, and he's going to get an interference penalty as he knocked him down from behind. .5:04 left in the third period. And Bemidji will go on the PK with a 2-goal lead deep in the third.
Another Northern Amusement penalty kill. Make this one a little bit more successful than the last one.
Face off to the right of Colton White. Comes over to the boards. And who's going to get a hold of it? Westover's going to get down. He backhands it up the wall. And it's tipped in behind by Lapeer. Comes over to the near side. They try to center it. Won't go. Comes back to a Rockridge player. It's tipped and goes up into the netting. Brings a stop in play now with 1:41 left on that Yerbich penalty. They're going to give him a rough for that call, for that hit. I thought for sure it would be an interference, but it's going to be a roughing penalty on Yerbich. Bear now steps to the dot on the far side. And Storm maintain control in the high slot. Over to the hash marks on the near side. Up at the high circle now, takes a look, goes down in, centers it up, goes in behind. Deflected, pushed off the play there by Baird. Then Baird gets pushed on, comes up to the point, they take a good look, goes down in the corner. Over to the wall now, back up to the point, they're going to take a shot from there, tries to get through, cleared to the side there by Baird. Baird's going to skate it out of there. He's going to get across the red line. He chips it in, goes in, and gives chase. Tries to receive it there. Now Roscoe sees it. He comes in, blasts one in, and maintains possession in the zone. On the far wall, comes up to center now. And Ryerson's able to get a hold of it, and he fires it all the way back in there again. Now they're going to have to dig out of there again. Comes to the near side. Up to center now. Drop pass. Drop tip maybe. Another drop tip, and this one doesn't work out. Comes to Moran. He sends it up ahead for Ryerson. Ryerson's going to go battle with the goaltender. Comes all the way out to the wall. He's almost to the bench.
I've seen some aggressive goaltending, but
he is an aggressive feller, that guy. This time Moran tries to get around, and the goaltender comes out yet again. And looks like he's got a little bit of desperation in his step. So 10 seconds now left on the penalty kill. And Rockridge, I keep saying that, North Shore tries to send one in there, goes off of the skate of Moran and back out. Yerbich.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Yerbich steps on, he goes to the bench. And that brings Stittsworth out on the ice. Meanwhile, Roscoe picks it up in his own. He chips a long one out to center, stopped by the defense. And they send it back up ice. Still in the center zone though. Comes over to Yerbich. He goes cross ice with purpose. And it comes to Stittsworth. Stittsworth gets across the line, dumps it in deep. And Christensen will stop it there for his player. And they'll Send it back out to center, and it's going to be an icing this time as the Mr. Hoff isn't able to touch it.
You know, I think the hometown team will gladly welcome a little bit of a break. Seems like both teams they're starting to run on E on the gas tank here.
So, by the way, speaking of that, this is a loss here today wouldn't necessarily mean that we're out. It would mean just another game later today.
Yep. And
with the energy level that appears to be in this group right now, I don't think it's in our best interest to run another game here today.
Yep, we got 2:23 left. It seems like we're still got control of things. We got our nerves with us. We're not getting it sucked into some of this stuff. North Shore just called a timeout, which I think is going to benefit us just as much them. Get a little bit of gas back in the tank to hold on to these last couple minutes. And what's been if you are a defensive-minded person, you don't like this game. And then normally, Dana, we don't get into shootouts like this with other teams. Usually it's a pretty tight game. But North Shore has brought everything they got to the table, and they've looked really good, taking advantage of a lot of opportunities. They haven't had as many as we have, but they've made good work of them. So it's been a entertaining game, to say the least.
Yep, they are a surprisingly formidable team.
Yeah, I think we might have came in a little bit overconfident on this, but we bounced back in that second period, kind of took control of the game really. Now it's a little bit back and forth. You know, we started off this period hot too, building up that 3-goal lead. Thankfully we did.
So with that timeout, they were sure busy talking with their crew, and I'm sure part of that discussion is when they're going to pull Christensen. We got 2:26 on the clock, and so we're getting down to that point where we got to start watching for him to leave the ice. So off the face-off now, goes over to the wall, and Bemidji controls deep in the corner, and looks like we are going to have a tripping penalty on Bemidji. They go after the stick. Yerbich went into it with a stick and caught the legs of the player, and so Yerbich is going to have another seat, and that's going to put Bemidji down one player for nearly the rest of the game, unless a goal is scored, or unless North Shore gets a penalty themselves.
Yeah.
So the net is empty. 2:16 on the clock.
Another Northern Amusement penalty kill.
So we got
to hold strong, boys.
We got a 5-on.
We'll be okay.
Or rather, a 6-on-4 game here for the next 2 minutes. So we're going to have to dig deep and find all the energy and all the juice that we can to do this. Puck goes down into the corner, and it's controlled by North Shore that comes up to the point. And they come up to the high slot, shot from there, tipped off the blocker of White over to the glass and into the near corner. They carry it around behind. Bring it up to the point, and they're going to take a look from there, and they're going to take a shot. It goes right into the glove of Colton White. He hangs on to that one, brings a stop in play. So a minute 34 now left on that Yerbich penalty.
Nice glove by Colty there.
Faceoff comes right up to the slot on a North Shore stick. Comes over to the near corner. Near point, rather. Now they dump it down in the corner. Centered up, trying to get it on White, but they couldn't. Puck goes wide down in the corner now. Back up in the center. Can't wrangle it. And it's shipped out of there. Not all the way out, though. And it comes to the near side and up to the point again. They take a look. High circle. Doesn't pull the trigger. Backs out of it. And the clock keeps ticking. Minute 3 on the penalty. There's a shot. Comes right in on Colton White. And he covers up and brings a stop and play. Again, with a minute 16 left in the game. To the right of Colton White. 6-on-4 here again. Controlled again by North Shore take a shot. That one's tipped and goes over the corner. Jacobson's able to get it out of his own. And a little bit of a forecheck there by Stitsworth. Comes back to Jacobson, back out of the zone. They got it.
Thank you.
You betcha.
North Shore gains the zone on the near side. Go wide left, sends one in, stick save, rebound, comes out, Colton's down. Loose in front, comes right back to him, and it comes right back out, and Bemidji squirts it out to center ice as the Storm gather up and try to head back up ice. Good forecheck there by Moran, and they drop past it and bring it back in on the near side. Take a look, shot, glove saved by Colton White, again saved by Colton White. Now the net's off the moorings. And Colton was able to save it with the glove. He wasn't able to hold on to it, but he got a deflection down into the corner. And so we're going to blow that dead with a net that comes loose. We got Yerbich just waiting to get out on the ice. There's 10 seconds left in his penalty. And the faceoff's going to go over to the far side here. And again, we're going to be having a 6-on-4 advantage for North Shore. Baird takes the face-off. And it's controlled by Baird. He carries it around, rings it around the boards, comes up to the point. Cross D-to-D pass. Player can't handle it. He blasts one from there. Goes into the glove of Colton White once again. And he holds that. He holds on to that one with 15 seconds left in the period. And Yerbich now sprung from the box, so it's a 6-on-5 now. And the shots have almost come even here as we've gotten deep into this one. North Shore takes another shot, blocked in front.
Big block
this time
there.
It's going to be chipped out of there. Comes out of the zone. 13 seconds left on the clock. Yerbich now is going to give it over to Roscoe.
These clock operators
He gets
have
across
struggled all
the line, comes up to the Bemidji, or the Rock Ridge zone, down in deep, and Bemidji is going to be victorious and head to the championship game tomorrow morning.
And we are going to face a familiar opponent in either Grand Rapids or East Grand Forks. So we'll know what we're playing tomorrow. What a dogfight this was. Hats off to North Shore. They played a heck of a game. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go farther into this tournament on the number 2 seed bracket. But this is a very entertaining game. I'm glad we were able to hold on. That was a little bit of a nail biter for a little while.
They're a surprisingly good team.
So, shout out to our sponsors, to Ryerson Construction, KLS Construction, Stitsworth Meats, Dale Schmidt Agency, Northern Amusement, and Lapeer Shoreline. And a special shout out to Dale Schmidt Agency owner Hope. I forgot to mention your birthday yesterday, so here's a belated birthday shout out to you.
She throws an epic party.
Yep. Hopefully I'm out of the doghouse now. But what a great game. Excited that we got the opportunity to get that 1 seed tomorrow. And as always, pleasure to call the game with the voice of the North and Gavin the Great. So we will see you